We're the last question here, because of just time constraints, is we're at this moment where the Biden-Harris team is assembling the people who will lead this country, and they'll take the office next month. I'd like to hear from both of you. Are you pleased with the picks for the top jobs so far, and what you would like to see in the early Biden-Harris administration? We'll start with Professor Glaude, and then we'll give Rebecca the last word on,
That's
your
great.
thoughts now about, um, are you pleased with the nominations of the top leaders for the Biden-Harris team, and what you want to see in an early administration? First, Professor Glaude, and then Rebecca.
Please is a bit strong. um, I am all for competence, and in especially in the aftermath of what we've experienced over the last 4 years. I worry with the nomination for Secretary of Agriculture and some other positions that this is in some ways an effort to return to what was. Given the scale of the problems that we face, I want the Biden-Harris administration to be bolder, to be more visionary. We need to respond to the scale of problems at scale, and that's not going to be a return to what was. This can't be a third Obama administration, and we're seeing a lot of the Obama Clinton folk show up again.
Can you talk about what you mean about bolder? What would you like to see,
Well,
Professor?
we're gonna have to address the deep divides. We're gonna have to see clear policies with regards to criminal justice, right? Dealing with not only police reform but criminal justice reform. We're gonna have to see clear policies with regards to the economy. What are we gonna do not only about a living wage, but also we're gonna have to deal with the fact of this deepening inequality in the country, and it's even more expansive as we've seen people falling below the poverty, falling into the shadows while millionaires and billionaires are getting richer and richer during this moment. So we're going to have to address the deep inequality at the heart of our economy. And then lastly, we're going to have to deal with healthcare, right? What we have seen is that our healthcare system is broken. In some ways, we've witnessed more broadly that our society is broken. We're going to have to see some really aggressive policy issues in this moment. So those are the three areas that I'm really looking for to see what they do, and they just have to be really bold. We can't just simply, I keep saying it, but we can't simply go back to what was. We're going to have to do something radically different, I think.
And thank you so much for that. And we're running out of time, but Rebecca, I want to hear what you think. What do you think about what you're seeing so far from Biden Harris, and what do you want to see?
I would say that I'm cautiously optimistic in terms of what I'm seeing. And I feel like this is an enormous, so we're in a time of enormous crisis, but it's also an enormous opportunity for that administration to select folks who are going to govern and center the needs of workers of color. By doing that, we're going to make sure that we're taking care of their needs and that they're not over to the margins like they have been throughout history. And when we do that, if we take care of the needs of the most vulnerable, we actually have a circle that goes around and improves working conditions for all working people. So I'm hoping that the labor secretary pick is someone who is going to hold that principle and go in and, as the professor said, not go back to the status quo, but to actually make these policies work and make them inclusive.